Welcome to the Kynective Media Podcast, and I'm your host, Jules Nadalin. In today's episode, we're sitting down with Meg Kinney, a Canadian fashion designer based in New York, who's built a brand grounded in service, sustainability, and genuine community. Meg's going to walk us through her journey of creating a fashion business that puts women first, from personalized client experiences to bold initiatives like the Tough Titties program. Meg, thank you so much for joining us today on the Kynective Media Podcast. I'm super excited to have you here.
Thanks. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Meg and your brand and the history of it. And your core pillar is about service, sustainability, products, and community. Meg, you want to just tell our listeners your story? I mean, you're a Canadian designer living out of New York City, born and bred in Calgary.
Yeah.
So go, girl. Go tell us all about it. Tell us all about your brand, and you've been around for a while.
Yeah, I've been around. It's scary how long I've been around, but I know. I'm a Canadian gal from Calgary, Alberta, who came to New York to fulfill her dream of being a fashion designer, and went to fashion school in New York and started because I didn't know any better, and that's definitely the only way one should start this business.
Don't know any better. This is your wisdom for the youth.
Wisdom for the youth is just stay naive and just keep at it. And so I started my brand in 1994, hence Meg EST 1994. Around 1996, I started opening my own retail stores, and that's kind of where the story really began to be real.
You have such a unique sense of style. You really do.
Oh, thanks.
Do you have like a way to describe it?
These days, I like to refer to the work I create. I think I make clothing for women who do shit. If you can say that.
You can say you do shit. It's fine. We're not censored here.
If you can say that on a podcast. Yeah, I make clothes for working women in urban places that don't necessarily have to dress super corporate, but like to represent themselves in work the way they want to be seen, in a really comfortable, well put together, with a sense of style, but also timelessness. And but those are what my pieces are about.
And comfort.
Yes, I know. That's sort of the hidden story behind everything, is after the, for getting stuff done clothes, it's also secretly while you feel like you're in pajamas.
I've got a few of those myself from you. You've got certain core pillars as well with your brand. Like one of them is service. So let's talk a little bit about service for you, because I think your take on this is a little unique. Like it's about in person. It's about a real connection. It's about a real experience. It's about building a relationship, where we're living in a very digital savvy world where there is that disconnect in human connections. So tell us a little bit about your service and what you do at Meg for the amazing ladies that you dress.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Well, what's so interesting is that I've been in this game longer than, before there was the internet. So I don't know anything other than giving great one-on-one customer service. And we've spent years in this company sort of honing the skills to do that. And what that really means for us is everything from being able to choose clothes that we think would suit your body type, which is sort of nice. It's nice to have somebody else have an opinion or have some thought-provoking, hopefully inspirational ideas as to what might look good on you. And then once we find what those pieces are, we also tailor them so that, they will fit you 100% perfectly, because not everybody is, a small, medium, and large. So so those two things are really what what we mean by service, and the things that we offer in store, which we think make us really unique. We're obviously trying to figure out how to translate that as much as we can in the digital space, but in stores, that's what we do.
It's very personalized shopping.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we are basically the stylist that you didn't hire.
Right.
And we are all the women that work for me are beautiful women of various different shapes and sizes and ethnicities. And it's like, you know, and we're very empathetic to the fact that, not everything's going to be perfect and you may feel a little insecure about your body. And we're here to make you feel good because you should feel good. There's absolutely no reason why not to feel good.
Yeah, your brand definitely empowers women to feel good.
That's the point.
And walk out with confidence. And that speaks to, I think, who you are as well. Like we've connected before, and you are a powerhouse of a woman, if you ask me. And I think that's sort of a gift you give to these women when they come in and they work with you or members of your staff, and there's that customization. You were talking about stylists, and I was like, my brain sort of trickled off there for a moment. I thought about, do you remember when Holtz had stylists? I don't even know if they still do that.
I know. Well,
and I think that's like a paid service. You're giving it away for free, girl.
This is the thing. This is what I think. I'm like, I'm like the hidden secret that you I'm like a bargain that you didn't know, existed. Yes, it's true. I mean, people are hiring and working with stylists, and we work with stylists as well all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's the point of it. It's a skill. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like when you're a woman that's busy in your life, being successful at all the things that you do, and you feel like you need a wardrobe update, it is incredibly frustrating, not to mention time consuming and sort of demoralizing to have to commend you if you're actually wandering through stores. I mean, mostly it's the endless midnight scroll, like trying to look at like a flat lay or a model in something and guess whether or not that's going to be a fabric that you love to be in, a fit that's actually going to work for you. I mean, all of that. So time consuming to then like end up with a box of stuff that you like hate and then now have to return. Or if you're wandering stores and you are looking at clothes that are hanging flat on a hanger, you know nothing about how anything fits, and then you're, putting in the effort to try to guess, it's like, let us do it. Let us do the work. Just tell us what you need and we'll do it.
And I feel like most of us are what I call rinse, lather, repeat. Mm. We tend to dress like over the same. So if you want a wardrobe update, it's amazing to have someone sort of push you in a different direction, like to try something, to be like break the mold that you've been for so long, and not be afraid to put it on. I mean, let's face it, we all hate going to the change room. I'm speaking for myself, and I think of a lot of women who get in there. We're just like, this
whether
is
you hate
awful.
it or not, I know it's like, who wants to take their clothes off? It's the winter, but I'll get you drunk. If you book an appointment, and I will make it worth your while so that it actually is fun to get naked.
Okay. I see everybody that's listening booking trips to New York City now to come see you.
You can visit me in Toronto too. Anyways.
Yeah. So you've got the store in Toronto, downtown Toronto, Queen Street West.
Yeah.
And you've got, list off the New York ones for me, babe.
So I've got, so Queen West in Toronto, and then Mott Street in Manhattan, Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn, and here in my studio 104 in Williamsburg in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at. That's where we landed.
That's where you're at. Okay, that's where you landed. You used to be in the East Village. I remember that was your first store?
The East Village was my very first store.
Very first.
Yep. 28 years in that location.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. That brings back memories, I'm sure. And you manufacture in Canada and the U.S., correct?
Yep.
So that's part of your sustainability program?
That it is. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for busting out my pillars. It is. And actually, ironically, we've been making clothes in North America always. It's like, I'm a small designer. I don't like to mass produce. And I also like to be in control of my production. And so, we're doing 80% of it in Canada, 20% of it in the States right now.
Amazing. Canadian born and Canadian made.
Yeah.
And you do have other things that it's a little bit of sustainability, but it's also advocacy. Your archives program, right?
Yeah. So I know I was just telling somebody about this today. So about I think 2017 is when we launched it, and it
Mhm.
was, and the truth is, I mean, it was really a business mechanism to drag traffic into stores. And so the story was, and still is that you can bring back any old Meg pieces that you care to get rid of. And we do an exchange program of 15% off a piece per piece. And then we resell the old stuff and donate the money to Planned Parenthood. And that
Oh,
has been,
wow.
yeah, it's been going on forever. And it's been like I mean, it's just, this is the thing. I'm always here to try to solve the problems. And the problem of, my pieces aren't pieces that necessarily like the real are going to buy. And you also don't want it to go to like the Salvation Army. So,
Hmm.
I mean, you can sell it if you want to. That's great. But it's like, but this way, it's like, the hassle of trying to figure out how to get rid of your clothes that you no longer want
Hmm.
is you don't have to think about it.
Yep.
I will take it.
Yep.
And it doesn't
And
matter what state it's in. I mean, even if it's like totally destroyed, we'll take it.
okay. Good to know. But
Yeah.
you don't actually resell the destroyed ones.
No, we have a bit of a recite. There's a system that goes
It's
on
a system. You got a whole
yeah.
ecosystem going on.
Literally, like what has to get donated for fabric scraps, like
Okay.
what goes in this archive sale, what goes on the auction. Because some
Yeah.
of the stuff, yeah, we have this auction that we do on Instagram every Sunday. And some of those pieces, the reason why they end up on the auction is because they're so old. I don't even have like photographs of them
Oh,
anymore.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So every Sunday there's an auction.
Yep. Every
Okay.
Sunday morning on Instagram, there's like 5 to 7 pieces that go up for auction, and you do DM what it is that you want to bid, and then
Okay.
on Monday we tell you whether you won or not.
Oh, that's amazing. So it's not like they're duking it out online through the comments trying to bid like 50, 20. They're getting rowdy up
Wait for
there.
our lives, and then that'll happen.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
but for right
Okay.
now, that's how it goes.
All right. Um, I'm gonna ask you to talk a little bit of a program that I love the title, Tough Titties. Do you want to talk about Tough Titties for me?
I
Why is that
know.
so much fun to say?
Because it's so fun to say. It's a great saying. I mean, I laugh. I'm married to an Englishman who claims that I got it from him because it's an English saying, which I actually think I got it somewhere before then. But whatever, we'll give it to him.
Throw a vote.
I know, small wins, small wins. Give him some. But yeah, so loved the phrase and thought it was fun. And so I don't know. It's now been a decade, I think, but had the epiphany that I was like, let's tie that into Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so every October we make a new Tough Titties, like sweatshirt, t-shirt, bag, something, it depends. And a new graphic for the phrase.
Okay.
And then we sell that product and we give normally it's like $10 of each product to whatever charity we're supporting for breast cancer.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
if I remember correctly, in your window, I think this fall it was a green sweatshirt with like boobies drawn on it.
Oh, maybe. We did a green sweatshirt with pink writing. I
Okay.
think we do our boobies.
Yes,
Our
because you've had
boobies.
boobies in the window.
I know. We know. Well, we like to draw boobies all the time, but I don't know
Why
that it was
wouldn't
for
you?
tough titties. Exactly.
Okay. I just remember walking by your window and there being a white T-shirt with like boobies,
Oh yeah. Well,
and I thought
because
that was the Tough Titty program.
no, we do some woman focused product in March for Women's Month, and
Right.
but that we normally tie into like our bra drive that we do, and this is just all community based things that we like
Okay.
to get ourselves involved in, and stuff that we take your old underwear in March.
What?
Yeah, don't you know about the bra drive?
No,
Oh
I
my
don't know about the bra.
Well,
Okay,
you
go.
will know it's March, and so in March
coming,
for
yeah.
1 week because it got out of hand.
Okay. Got it.
Meaning like we were so we collect. So if you have bras that you want to get rid of, we
Right.
collect the bras, and we then work with this non-for-profit called the Bra Cycle to
Okay.
donate to. We donate them, but anyway, we collect them because again, what do you do with your underwear? Where do you do with to throw the bras in the garbage or ones that don't fit anymore? So many
Yeah,
people.
because they're expensive.
Totally. Like, it just feels horrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, every year we collect like somewhere between 300 and 500 bras. It's crazy.
And I'm coming to you in March with my bras.
I
I got a few I could throw at your way. But is that just New York or is in
Nope.
Toronto as well? So
Everywhere.
all the stores.
Yeah.
It's a campaign
All the
that
stores.
happens every
Yeah.
March.
Yeah. And we
Okay.
always laugh. It's like you'll come to work and there'll be like some bras hanging off of the front door handle.
It's like they're leaving drop-offs.
The stories are endless. It's good. But yeah. Coming this March.
Goodness. Coming this March. Okay. So just to recap, you got your Tough Titties in October.
Yep, that's October. Bra Drive in March.
Bra Drive in March.
Yep.
Your archives happens weekly.
We archive auctions every Sunday. Yeah.
Every Sunday.
Yeah.
And
we collect all year round. So it's like, I mean, anytime you want to come in and bring, and if you can't make it in, like I have obviously clients that don't live in cities that I have stores, you can also request a label to ship. And we'll send you a label to ship back your old Meg that you want to donate.
Do you still do try-on boxes?
Totally. I'm like in a big moment of it right now, actually.
Yeah, I thought you were going there. I thought she was going to talk about try-on boxes. Do explain to our viewers and listeners what a try-on box is.
Try-on boxes. So it's our package program is how we refer to it. And basically, again, for the women that don't live in the cities and can't come to the stores, or even if you're like just curious, you've been like looking online and whatever. The try-on box, you fill out a little form and basically tell us what you're looking for. Give us a little description of who you are and your measurements. And then we'll curate like we do in store, which is like a box of what we think would be a great selection for you, send it to you free of charge. And then you get to try on the clothes that you get to try on these selections in the comfort of your own home. So basically it's like, this beautiful, just, if you're like, I have a new job, I need pants, tops, I need 7 new outfits, I have a new job. And, I'm a size 8 and I'm tall, like, this all gets filled out a little bit in this like short, not very annoying questionnaire. And then we'll take all that information, put together the box of the stuff we think is great, like I said. And if you want, we'll gladly do a FaceTime consultation too. So if you want to open your box with us there, we can do that. But otherwise, if you want to just get naked in your house at 11 at night, you can just try everything on. And then in the box as a return label, you just send back what you don't want.
That's amazing for people who are like rural and don't live in the city but need access to it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is super fun. I mean,
it's like getting yourself a gift.
Yeah, literally. Ironically, I've been.
But is there wine in the box? Just kidding.
No, but that's a good idea. There definitely should be a treat in the box. I'm working on that. I'm going to figure that out.
Okay,
that's a good idea.
When you said something that you said tall, and it made me think of your pants. Do you still cut your pants extra long? At one point, you did.
Well, in order to try to have some consistency, 29-inch inseam is basically what we cut. But now I'm leaving like big 4-inch hem borders so that if you are like an extra tall woman, I'm able to drop the hem just because it's more cost effective for us to do what seems like the basic length than it is to cut a super long pant and then have to hem everything. So we've sort of changed that a bit, but we are able to dress you regardless of your height. I think
people used to make fun of you and call them giraffe pants or something along those lines.
There were some very long pants. There were some long pants.
There were. You also do, oh my God, do you know when the word escapes your mind? Pre-sale. I think it's pre-sale.
Oh yeah,
you do
pre-order.
A collection. Yeah, pre-order. Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about pre-order, what that looks like in your stores. It's an event.
Yes. So it's just we're just getting geared up to do our spring 26 one. So we do it in February and August. February is for spring summer. And so over the month of February online, as well as the in the stores, and what it is there's a sample line of the collection, and the samples go on tour to all the different stores, and you book an appointment to come take a look at them, try them on, and then it helps. And then you get 15% off to pre-book the things that you want.
Mm.
And the beauty of this is that, again, in the world of sustainability, it really helps me decipher what people are interested in and what people aren't. And so that
Right.
I can plan accordingly in the world of fashion, my cutting tickets that reflect more that than, like you find out nobody wants that dress in fuchsia. Well, then, you know what? We just won't make that dress.
Right. Yeah.
So it helps with waste and
Yeah, cut
making
down on
smarter
this waste.
decisions. And in exchange, obviously, you get a discount.
Yeah.
And if you don't like, and then when it comes in, so like in February, it will happen throughout the month. The deliveries of the products are March and through till the end of May. And, if you get what you ordered and you don't like it, then you get a refund.
That's amazing. And that'll be happening this year in March in Toronto and all
End
the
of
New York
February.
stores. End of February. Sorry. Thank you for the
Yep.
correction.
I would be there with bells on.
You will be
after
there
having
February. You
hooked
can
my suitcase of samples over the border.
Okay. That's amazing. So anybody in Toronto listening right now, put that on your calendars, and sign up for your newsletter. You have a newsletter that information goes out to.
Yep.
And on social media, you would be announcing like when and where and how and
Yeah.
And did you just shoot your spring collection?
Yeah. So I just shot it. Yeah. Saturday. Phew. Done with this new photographer, Helen Ho. She's very fabulous. And so, yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see them too. But you have core lines like movement. That's something that's just, you've got your archives and you've got movement, and that's sort of what I love about your brand is there's some things that you redo. They're like tried, tested, and true, and they're sort of like modified, and like you can always go back and get something similar to what you had, but with a little bit of a twist on it. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. No, what happens is, so my work is broken into 3 different categories. Collection, which we just referred to in regard to a spring, summer, fall, winter. I do 2 a year. And that's normally around, I don't know, like 25 styles. And that's sort of my experimenting. That's the things that I'm just, I normally have collaborated with an artist, or there's some like, inspiration from a trip or something. It's sort of, it's my play space. And then ironically is through that playing comes what is the second category of clothing, which is called my core pieces.
Okay.
And that's what you're referring to. It's the stuff that's like tried and true, that like ends up being the thing that everybody loves, like out of collection, and then it moves into the core work. And so it's all like clearly laid out on my website. But yeah, those are things like my carpenter jeans and my Odette pants and
the
all
Odette
my shirting and the Scorpio pants, things, stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's just that process. And then movement, which is what you were talking about, which is literally I developed over COVID. And that's just like, this one fabrication that's an ITY jersey that you can just like, it's all like different pieces that you can put together like Garanimals, and it's wash and wear, and I think it's like the best travel wear.
It is. I own some, and it like that stuff is like wearing butter. It just feels so good on your skin, and it's so easy to care for. It doesn't wrinkle. You can put it in the washing machine, a dryer. It's like a lifesaver.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
honestly, the
comfy.
wearability of fabric is like everything, and that fabric is a perfect example of it. And it's also really elegant. Do you know what I mean? There's like a, it's not like a, like a cotton jersey. It's a viscose blend. It has like a nice sheen to it and just makes it a little more elevated.
Yeah, and a beautiful drape always.
Thank you. I think
You're
so
welcome.
too.
I really feel like you've got your sustainability, you've got your programs, and you're about empowerment of women, and that's really your brand story. But you've also been, I think, I feel like I'm using this word too often, but I'm going to use it again.
Go for it.
Resilient. You know,
Oh,
you've rode the wave through so much. I mean, we had you started brick and mortar, pre-digital. There was what I call SARS. The first COVID, SARS. You know,
It was that. I forgot all about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember SARS?
Yes.
It was a thing.
It was a thing.
It was the first version of COVID, and then like to survive a pandemic shutdown. You know, yeah.
So wild.
Seems
I
like
know.
yesterday, the horror.
So wild. I know.
And then to move from like into a digital space, from a non-digital era, and embrace that change and go with it, and still, you know, to this day, to still be an existing brand, and that you have a loyal base of clients who are repeat clientele and have been shopping with you for a long time. But I also feel like there's a younger generation that's discovering you.
I hope so.
You hope so?
I hope so. I think, yeah, I mean, it is really interesting. Yeah, sometimes you look back and you're just like, whoa, like, you know, like the .com bust, the '08 crash. Like, I mean, you could just like go on and on of all the things. And yeah, somehow, I mean, from a business standpoint, the reason why I've been able to be, well, still around is because I'm, you know, I cut close to the cloth, as they say. I'm smart. I'm very, I think that, you know, I mean, I try to be smart about business, and I make sure I don't overextend myself, and I try to, you know, and I think all of that's helped to ride the bumpy waves. This is a brutal business, and it's easy to get squashed. It's easy. Yeah. It's just easy to overextend yourself. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, my most lucky strike was that I am vertical. I mean, I manufacture my own product and I sell it at retail. And that, I mean, that's the survival skill. And as far as like what's happening in the digital space, I mean, I'm just every day learning and growing. And I mean, and I feel really thankful that I have a solid, I'm thankful that I've developed a core business as I navigate whatever's happening digitally all the time. You know what I mean?
But I think the beauty of you is that you're now digitally savvy, but you're also still go back to that in-person customer focus. It's like a marriage of the two perfect things in my eyes. Because in a digital world, we want to be seen, and everybody's screaming for white noise and trying to get an audience. And you know, you've got your content, which is funny. I love your content. How many coats can you put on, Meg?
I know. I just saw that. I mean, I know I did it, but I literally like just saw it and was like, oh, wow, I know. I can't, that was successful. That.
You know, you've got your presence there, but you've also still got your personality, and you're in the stores too. Like, you're still customer facing a lot of the times. Like, you are so hands-on.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's to my detriment or not, but I will say that I do know that, and I definitely I you know, post COVID, I've been in the spaces more than I had been in the years previous, and it's everything to have a one-on-one conversation with your customer. I mean, it's like the knowledge is all there. I mean, you know, even today, I'm like in the atelier, and like I was like advised by, you know, this client of mine that of my signage on the street should have like an arrow on it. And I was like, oh, thanks. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they tell you what you should do. They tell you what they're responding to. They tell you, and then you're seeing what they're buying, what they like. And, I mean, I just feel like, if you keep your eye on the prize of what your customer's saying, you'll never lose.
I've always said that every business needs to listen to the front line. The front line who connects with the consumer in any space, because they will tell you, like you just said, exactly what they like and what they don't like. Yeah. And you can, and that helps you develop your products more effectively, what they need, what they want, as opposed to just guessing and just throwing it out there and being wasteful. You know, when we talk about your pre-sale, you know, that's part of it too. Is this happening in the US? Like, we are, right now, you know, with COVID, post-COVID, there was a lot of work from home and hybrid work. And there's a big mass call back to the office now in Canada. Is that happening in the US as well?
Totally.
Where people are being, told you've got to go back to the office.
Yeah.
We're no longer going to be able to work in our pajama pants.
I know. Thank God for that, actually.
I
mean, I'm a little very happy about it, but it's definitely happening. I mean, I think it's like at the end of the day, no one knows how to manage and monitor at-home workers, even though they should. I mean, whatever. For whatever reason, definitely everywhere the callback is happening.
Okay.
And even interestingly enough, I had a client yesterday who works for the city, and she was like, I have a new boss and he wears a suit to work and I need more conservative clothes.
Right.
And I thought to myself, wow. First of all, I thought two things. Well, it was just interesting that I was like, wow, slightly more, the concept of being slightly more corporate in your wear and a little less relaxed, maybe not jeans, maybe we need some real pants. That sounded interesting. And then I also thought, because I'm working with this organization called Girls Inc., which helps, young girls launch themselves into the college and workforce. And anyway, it's a big, amazing organization that supports young girls. Okay. And in April, we're doing this event with them where I'm going to dress 25 of their alumni in as they graduate, these young girls. And I thought to myself, wow, this woman, what this woman just said to me is such an interesting thing to say to young girls going into the work world, because the idea of using your boss as a reflection of what you should be looking like at work,
right,
is actually a very smart note.
It is definitely. I mean, your boss is definitely going to lead by example on what the tone or the expectancy of what you should wear. I remember when I worked in an office, I remember a new girl came in and she was wearing Crocs to work. And it was like a suit. You wore suits to this job. It was and my boss was just like, oh my God, what is wrong with her?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, everyone is no, I mean, it takes a lot to get confronted. Do you know what I mean? And just because the world is, when I was growing up, or at least, back in the day, there were unwritten rules, and those rules are totally gone. So for all the new young people that are just having their first foray going into an office, because now that's the expectation. I just was thinking what's the advice to give those people, Anyway, so that was I thought it was oh, well, that's a good note. And so
let's start with closed-toed shoes, maybe, and some dress pants.
That, and maybe not a crop top. I know this woman and I were she was
no crop tops. Definitely, some tailored pants, classic button-down shirt, maybe some jersey.
I know. Something. Anyway, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. So, well, that's good to know. I mean, I'm hoping that's going to be a positive impact for your brand.
Yeah, I'm excited.
With all the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work, because I didn't realize there was 25 of them. But it's but I'm excited. It's they're a very cool organization, and yeah, it's
what's that Can you repeat the organization again for us?
It's called Girls Inc.
Girls Inc. Okay. Yep. And this is in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's no chapter of it in Canada?
To be honest, I don't know. It might be. It's huge, but it's really about they're really involved with high schools and putting programming into high schools. Okay. So I'm not totally sure, but
well, what I can do is offline, if you send me the web link, I can add it to our show notes.
Sure.
If anybody's interested, they can check them out, because that brings a great awareness to something that you're involved in. And again, one of your advocacy programs that you work with. And if people want to know more about you, there is your website. It is megshops.
No, now it's Meg.
No, you changed it. You changed
it. I changed it. I rebranded. I always hated shops, and I hated it forever. And it's a very hard thing it's a big boat to turn. So now it's Meg, EST 1994.
Okay. How did I completely miss that?
Because we have known each other during many years of the shop.
Okay. All right. And it's the same name for your Instagram?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll make sure that I put that in the show notes so people can follow up with you. And I know we had an offline conversation that you're going to provide us with a discount code.
Totally.
So we'll make sure that we add that to the show notes and we'll push that through social. And all you lovely ladies out there who are getting called back to the office, go get yourself some Meg pants.
Love that idea.
Was there anything else you wanted to say or share about your journey and what you do and why you love it before we end this lovely conversation?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean,
No.
I'm just honestly, babe, I'm just happy I still like doing it.
Yeah. Keep doing what you love.
Sometimes I'm like, holy crap, you'd think I'd get bored, but I weirdly don't. So that's nice.
All right. I love that end. I'm not bored. I'm still enjoying it. And I think that really is going to reflect in what you're producing. And I'm looking forward to seeing your summer collection very soon. I mean, it's hard to think about that as it's blistering cold in January.
Oh, I know. Brutal.
Yeah, we just have to go get a puffer coat, right?
That's it. Just go get a puffer coat.
They don't know what I'm talking about with Meg putting on so many coats. You guys, everybody's going to have to creep your Instagram for that one, okay?
I know, right? Turned out cute, though.
That's it. All right, Meg, thank you again. And I'm so grateful that you have been a guest with us. And I look forward to having many, many more conversations with you.
Love it. Let's do it. All right. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. A big thank you to Meg for joining us today and sharing her insights on building a fashion brand rooted in service, sustainability, and empowerment. If you enjoyed this week's episode, make sure you connect with her within the show notes. And we've also added a discount code for you in case you just might feel like going shopping on her website. Please keep staying connected and telling the stories that matter. And thank you for listening.